DeFi is making a comeback. Part of this comeback is the shift to DeFi 3.0. If you've never heard that before, basically it just offers a better user experience. So for example, with card payment options in particular, that means adding fiat options, which is a great improvement for DeFi. DeFi coins also all have, by definition, utility, right? They have to. And currently the meme coin casino is under scrutiny. I've never been a big fan of meme coins. I kind of saw this as a long time coming personally. Anyways, whatever your opinion is, as a result, the Altcoin Buzz and I collectively see a return to utility tokens as kind of being a trend that we can expect to see in the near to medium term future. So that means, at least as far as our theory goes here, that we're going to see a rotation from the meme coin casino to utility tokens. We think it's imminent. In fact, you can mark my words right now, come back in 6 months or a year. I feel pretty confident about this one. And so it's very simple. In accordance with this prediction, we're going to take a look correspondingly at some of the top DEXes out there, decentralized exchanges. Welcome to the channel. My name is Maddie and this is Altcoin Buzz. Of course, all the best of luck if you choose to invest. I wish you very well. Just remember that I'm not a financial or investment advisor, and that means by extension that this video is not official financial or investment advice. As you may have expected, we have to kick off our list here with Aave, whose token is Aave, A-A-V-E. I'm sure you're familiar with it, but just for context, it's a borrowing and lending protocol. Its current Aave v3 is a pretty top-notch platform. So for example, we have Trump's DeFi platform, that's World Liberty Financial token, WLFI. They plan to use Aave. And WLFI has invested no less than $6.71 million into Aave tokens. Other platforms can use Aave v3 as well, since it is open source. Aave is also one of the biggest DeFi protocols out there. It ranks number 2. It occupies the second spot here. That's in terms of TVL, total value locked, across all platforms. Its TVL, let's get a live reading here as I record, is just over $20.65 billion. For context, only Lido, that's the liquid staking platform, has more TVL. They're at 26.69 billion. So these are huge numbers, but Aave occupies a comfortable number 2. Aave launched 6 years ago in 2019 on Ethereum. However, it's currently available on 14 chains. Some of these include Arbitrum, Optimism, Base, Avalanche, and others as well. It has its own GHO stablecoin, and as a user, you can mint it, and you need to over-collateralize it. It does peg 1-to-1 to the US dollar. Currently, the easiest way to take part in Aave right now is by lending assets. The current highest APY is 6.67% for lending GHO on Arbitrum. However, that being said, Aave also offers 3 staking options. You can stake Aave, AAVE, with a 4.55% APY, GHO with 6.92% for APY, and ABPT on Aave v2 with a much higher 19.58% APR. This token represents a share in a balancer pool. These are pools designed to maximize liquidity provider returns. The current price of Aave as I record is at just under $266 billion. That's up a few percentage points on the day, with a market cap that's just under $4 billion, $3.996 billion right now as I speak. Out of the 16 million max token supply, we have an excellent 15 million in circulation. At number 2 here on our list of DEXes is Uniswap, ticker UNI. This is another one that started out on Ethereum. That was all the way back in 2018. But currently it's available on 31 EVM-compatible chains. It's also a top 10 platform as measured by TVL, which stands right now at $4.88 billion. Uniswap is an AMM, that stands for Automated Market Maker. AMMs just use liquidity pools instead of order books, as you would see on a centralized exchange or CEX. So on Uniswap, you can swap ERC20 tokens. It also has its own Uniswap wallet that is available on Chrome, on iOS, and on Android. So besides swapping, you can also earn rewards by adding assets to its liquidity pools. Now, the safest and easiest way is to supply tokens to a stablecoin pool. However, the APR is low for these pools, like under 1%, so not a major incentive there. But the big advantage now is that you don't have to deal with impermanent loss. You've probably heard that term before, but impermanent loss is just when you add liquidity to a pool of equal amounts in two assets, and then you have the price of one of the assets that changes significantly. You can learn more about that on altcoinbuzz.io if you check out this article. Currently, the best APR is in the Move ETH pool. That's at nearly 57%. Uniswap offers other pools with good APR. They tend to range between 10 and 20%. So for instance, we have Aave ETH at about 12%, ETH Sol at about 10.5%, LDO ETH at over 20%, and there are other examples as well. Just keep in mind that with all these pools, there is that chance of impermanent loss. The current price of UNI sits right now at $9.52 with a $5.68 billion market cap. Out of the 1 billion UNI tokens, we have 600 million or 60% in circulation. I want to mention once again that we have a terrific deal that's ongoing with one of our sponsors, BYDFI. It's a great exchange. Maybe you've heard of them, maybe you haven't, but they are becoming more prominent. If you like any of these coins that we're discussing, the tokens associated with these DEXes in this video, you ought to check out BYDFI, and you can take advantage of some of the great deals that are going on right now through this coordinated sponsorship that we have. You can trade spot markets without KYC, very importantly. You're going to get some bonuses if you set up an account with BYDFI by using the link in the description that you'll find below. The third DEX that we're looking at number 3 on this list is Hyperliquid. Ticker is HYPE, HYPE. Really, this is one that set the DeFi world on its head with its recent airdrop in late November last year, so a few months ago in 2024. And that's because the rewards associated with this airdrop ranged anywhere from $300 all the way to $30,000. This truly did set a new standard when it comes to airdrops. And ever since the TGE, the token generation event, the token has only gone up and is now kind of going sideways in that $20 to $25 range. But the thing is that very few of the airdrop receivers sold their allocation. That's impressive, and it's certainly the exception. That tends not to be the rule. Hyperliquid has its own chain. One disadvantage here is that you can only bridge USDC from Arbitrum to Hyperliquid. It's been around since 2020, and it's currently ranked as the 14th chain as measured by TVL, which is about $650 million. Hyperliquid is a DEX, but note that it does in fact use an order book. It's a layer 1 app chain, and it's very fast. That's because it can handle 20,000 tasks per second. And this includes the best of what really a DEX or a centralized exchange for that matter needs. For instance, orders, cancellations, or liquidations. It also offers perps and vaults, and it's built really from the ground up. Its current flagship is a perps DEX. For whatever reason, as far as demand goes, these just always seem to be popular. Hyperliquid is also 100% self-funded. And this is probably one of the reasons that the HYPE token, again, HYPE, its price remains so strong. There was, and really is, no real selling pressure here. You can use its vaults. They offer, by the way, 22.5% in the protocol vault. However, in user vaults, and, do your own research here, but the thing is you can earn up to 800% APR. These have much higher risk, again, so be careful, but you can also stake HYPE at around 2.07 to about 2.27% APY. The current price of HYPE is starting to creep up above that range that I mentioned, so we had that sideways action, $20 to $25. It's right now at $25.22. It's up a little bit on the day with an nearly $4 billion market cap. Out of the 1 billion tokens, we have 334 million or 33.4% in circulation. Not a great number, but there it is. Last but not least here at number 4, we have to have Raydium on this list, ticker RAY, R-A-Y. It's one of the most popular DEXes, of course, on Solana, and it ranks 28th among all DEXes with about a $1.5 billion TVL. Like Uniswap here, it's an AMM and works with liquidity pools. However, it also uses an order book by integrating OpenBook. This is a decentralized order book protocol. It calls itself lightning fast and offers permissionless pool creation. It's been around since 2021 and was actually the first AMM on Solana. Now, of course, as everybody knows, Solana's fees are pretty cheap, very cheap, actually. So that's an advantage right out of the gate for Solana, especially for its DeFi over Ethereum DeFi. And besides adding liquidity, you can also trade perps. Just be aware though, I'll issue a similar warning here as I did with Hyperliquid. Trading perps is risky. Yes, you can use leverage and you can maximize your gains if you make the right selections and your intuition and your analysis is correct. But the losses are compounded much more so than they would normally be. If you're not really familiar with this, if you're not technically minded, I would personally suggest you avoid leveraged trading. But it's up to you, right? Before you use any kind of leverage, just understand what you're getting into. With Raydium, you can earn some really terrific APR rates by using its pools. Some SOL and stablecoin pools offer up to 92% APR. And since everyone effectively can create permissionless pools, you can also find certain pools with the same pairs. Be careful if the APR sounds too high, like 1,000%, maybe more in some cases. It's probably also very high risk. In fact, it is very high risk. So if you're going about your due diligence, be sure to check the liquidity and the volume of these pools. Really make sure that you are on guard here. If you're like me and you want to do something much less risky, you can also stake Ray, R-A-Y, with a nice respectable 5.5% APR. And speaking of Ray, the current price of the token as I record is $4.68. It's up a little over 5% on the day. Hey guys, I got to pop in here for a price update. So this video was pre-recorded. There have been some significant developments as far as the price of Ray goes. We've seen, at least as I'm recording this audio part now, a 27% drop. It was actually as high as 29% due to what looks like a surprise event over the weekend. As far as I can tell you right now, it looks like pump.fun has plans to launch its own AMM. And at least the response so far has been kind of a sidelining of Raydium and its functionality and the demand there. So I'm kind of overlaying here the new snapshot prices on this Monday morning. But there you go. That's the update as it stands right now. Out of the 555 million Ray tokens, we have a little over 50%, or 290 that are in circulation. Let me know in the comments below if one of these DEXes is your personal favorite. Maybe you use one of these or all of these or none of these. If there's another one that you feel should have been on this list, let me know what that is in the discussion below in the comments. Also join the discussion both on our Discord channel and on X. You can find both of those links in the description below.